Welcome back to another Jesse Rosinsky show. I'm Jesse Rosinsky. Today, I want to talk about that whole $15 minimum wage federally and how that's going to allegedly stimulate the economy. I mean, I don't understand where that's coming from and have a few reasons why. But I mean, that's what they say the plan is. I mean, who am I to call them crazy? I am. So I might know a thing or two about it, but I have my reasons as to why I don't like it. So I'm going to go into a few of those, hopefully get some feedback. But I mean, number one, I'm pretty sure the federal level minimum wage is at like $7.25 right now. And they want to over double that. Yeah, because doubling would be $14.50 plus 50 cents. So it's over doubling it. And that's going to help stimulate the economy and pull us out of this recession. Now, my real question is, how? Like, I'm not the brightest in the world, but, excuse me, if all of these people, in small businesses especially, have been getting just gutted and hammered, and so many of them are gone because of the restrictions, with everything that happened with COVID, how is making them in some states like over double what they're paying them and raise any of that going to help them? Like if they're already struggling now, making them pay out more to employees doesn't make sense if business is already slow because of the COVID, because that's just going to be more out of their pocket. And really, if that's like going to help them, like then they're going to, I mean, if it does, then they're going to have to raise prices. Because no matter what, a business is about staying in business and making money. So that's going to probably cause prices to go up and people to get laid off. I mean, it's very common denominator, easy peasy kind of thing with common sense. Make them pay over double in some states or a few dollars more when they're already struggling is not going to help them. It'll help their employees for a little bit. The business is either going to raise prices or be gone or get rid of the employees. Put more people on unemployment because they can't afford to do that because we're already screwed. Like we've been screwed for long enough that we should all be able to follow along and figure this out together. And that also comes down with he's going to raise the tax rate on corporations. Yeah, that's one of his big things he wants to try to do, whether it gets through or not. We'll all see. I don't know, but sooner or later it'll all come, and we'll figure out what they're going to do. But if they do, think about raise taxes on major corporations. Plus, they have to start paying their people exponentially more money, just flat out. This means the price of everyone else. It's been there forever, and as higher positions goes up, probably. And we're paying more taxes, paying more, not playing, but do more taxes, which is going to cut into their bottom line, which means, last I checked, that's not going to help the American worker. Because places like Walmart, Lowe's, Depot, I'm sure, I don't go in there, but I'm sure, lots of places have self-checkout. And I know a lot of people that hate doing the self-checkout. I don't know why. But whenever I'm in there, I'm only getting a few things. I don't have a whole cart full of stuff. So I can get in there, not stand in line. And I'm checked out in like a minute and a half. And I'm walking out the door. There's people with a whole cartload of stuff, where they go and stand in line. So I personally, just because, how I go shopping, I use them a lot. Depending on where I am. Mostly the little Walmart neighborhood market right here by my house. Or the big Walmart across town. I'll do self-checkout if I only have a few things because I can get in and out really fast. Way faster. What do you think is going to happen if they raise the corporate tax rate as high as they say they're going to and make them start paying people more? Pretty sure we saw this a few years ago, but I'm pretty positive people are going to get laid off. And they're going to bring in more of those machines to do the work for them because then it doesn't affect their bottom line as much. That's why these corporations, companies, all these, are worth so much money. Because that's what they care about. being better than the next guy, and money. And whatever they could do to save money, they're going to do it. There's even fast food places that are going all automated, so there's no one at the cash register. Just people back there making the food, and the order comes in, you do it all yourself, it goes to them, they call you, boo. And you put a little placard on your table, they bring you your food. No human contact at all. Like there's fast food places doing it. What do you think these big guys that make billions of dollars a year are going to do? They're all going to get rid of people and bring in all more machines and keep saving money. Because the point of all this is to make money. That shouldn't be a secret to anybody. And if it is, you've either been hit in the head way more than I have, or you're like Patrick, I believe his name is, on SpongeBob, and you live under a rock. Like, do you really think they're going to have to start paying people more, pay that much more in taxes, and they're not going to raise the price of their product and get rid of people so they can keep making just as much money? That's kind of their whole entire, purpose. Yeah, for those of us that can think clearly, is to make money, and as much as possible. They have shareholders, they have lots of people. Lots of money. Raising the minimum wage that much, plus higher taxes, there's going to be more self-checkout automated lines and stuff like that, because that in the long run, unless they come up with some crazy tax for them to even out, the people they let go or whatnot, the people those are replacing, they could do something like that. I don't think they're going to, but they're going to do what it takes to make the most amount of money possible. They wouldn't be in business if that wasn't their goal. If your business model is not to make as much money as possible, find every way that you can, I'm pretty sure you shouldn't be in business. It's like they always say, Triple H and all them saying in the WWE, Stone Cold, if you're not there to be champion, why are you there in the first place? It's like being in business. If you're not there to make as much money as possible, why are you in business? Because if you're trying to be negative every year, that's not sustainable, so you shouldn't be in business in the first place. Unless you're some crazy billionaire and you're just doing something out of charity, which is technically you make it a non-profit, and then you don't get killed for it. But all these people cheering for it, if they do it certain ways, I guess there's some way they could figure it out. But making people pay, again, there's some states where it's still $7.25. The federal level matches the state level. Those states going over double. Businesses that are already having a hard time are going to be really screwed. And businesses that aren't are going to start getting some pain, and they're going to have to start letting people go. We already saw this a few years ago. And the prices of everything are going to go up. It's just the way it works. They pay more into taxes and more to people, the price of everything goes up. And they let people go because that's how they keep their money flow going. Basic economics. I didn't go to school for economics. Hell, I barely made it through high school. Anyone on here from high school can attest to that. Did go to school twice, but had nothing to do with economics. Or college-wise. Got my associates, got my bachelor's. Nothing to do with economics. And I can do the basic math here. That much higher wages, plus higher taxes, people, the little people that are working there are going to feel the pain. People that show up there are going to feel the pain. Small businesses, everyone's going to feel the pain because people are going to get cut, prices are going to go up, and they're probably not going to last. Look how many have shut down since, I call it the apocalypse. You can call it COVID-19, you can call it the shutdown, you can call it whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you what to call something. It's been the apocalypse for me, or the apocalypse, if you talk to my friend Dave. It's just people that say, well, it'll be a good thing, it'll work out. I don't know if you can do math, maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. But making people pay that much more to their employees in the middle of a recession, especially in small businesses, which tax rate, you might make so little that tax rate doesn't affect you, but paying people that much more is going to affect small businesses. How does that kind of stimulate anything? companies are going to start making less, which means you're going to start paying more for the product, and we're all going to be screwed. It's like, read a history book, math book. I got Math for Marines. Anyone wants to borrow that? I got it in a Foot Locker out in the garage, unopened. I didn't do it. I don't even know where it came from, but I got it. If you need it, write me a message on something. I'll be more than happy to send you it so you can do it yourself and figure out all this stuff. It might help you. I don't even know what's in it, but hell, it's Math for Marines. If we can do it, then I'm pretty positive most people can do it. But yeah, like all you people cheering it. I mean, again, it'll help like some people, but there's a lot of people, especially in the small business world, that are already completely shafted. And making them do that is just going to be the final nail in the coffin for a lot of them. I mean, I think they said something like a quarter of small businesses in New York City alone are gone. There's a lot of small businesses, restaurants, all that are never going to be back. What, the city that never sleeps, biggest city in the country? Yada, yada, yada. The list goes on and on and on. And that's there. What do you think it's like in smaller towns where they don't have that many people? Like, they're all going faster. And it might seem like it's going to help for a second, but all of us that can actually do math and have common sense in the brain, no. It's not going to do anything. At all. At all. It's going to make it, in my humble opinion, again, comment, tell me if I'm wrong. But for some reason, making them pay people more when they're already struggling and losing money doesn't seem like it's going to, for some reason, that doesn't seem like it's going to help, because then businesses are going to be gone even more. More people are going to be out of work, which means they're not going to be making $15 an hour. They're going to be making nothing except for unemployment, which comes out of taxpayers' dollars. Doesn't come out of the business making money, and that's more money out of the deficit, which is already way over, which we went over. It was just under $1 billion before the stimulus just happened with $600 checks and all that. Now they want to add $1.9 trillion more, which means we're already trillions in deficit, and fiscal year 2021 really just started. Which again then hurts generations down the road, but we already went over that. I don't need to get into that again, at least not tonight. I do know that one, it's not going to help. I mean, if their goal is to help finish off a lot of small businesses, that could be it. But it shouldn't help. Two, that tax rate, if they do get a way to make it go up, that's not going to help. Because if they start paying that much more in taxes, we're going to feel it. Their employees are going to feel it. The people making these laws things aren't going to feel it at all. Because they make way too much money doing nothing. And three, if you don't think that any of that is true, do some math, look up stats, look up history. We've been through this before. Not to the extreme that other people have done it, but it doesn't work. It's not going to help anything. Except put more people out, and that seems to be the whole goal, which is why so many small businesses and places got to close. But the major people got to stay open. And then there are people arguing with me saying, well, that's because the big places can, clean better. Like, so a small business that's like the size of my office here, literally, maybe the size of my living room, with the very few people that go in and out of it, had a harder time cleaning than Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot. All these places, they had thousands of people in them a day. Because, they weren't cleaning behind everybody. Trust me, I was in there. Then you find out all the money that, Walmart and them were giving to all these people's campaigns. Shocker. That's why they're still open. Oh, no. Think about it. Look it up. Yell at me. Like, share, follow. I'm on YouTube. Here. Tell me something. Reply. Comment on this video. Wish my friend Crystal a happy birthday. Because it's her birthday today. It's a very good birthday, which is why I'm doing this now. Because I chose celebrating with her was way more important than getting this done. Because I have all the time in the world to do this. To get it out to my people, whoever watches it. But we'll be back tomorrow to see everything that happens with the whole inauguration system. And we'll talk about it later. Till then, peace.